What is up, guys? TEJ here. We are back, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Payntr Golf's X004 RS golf shoes. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so Payntr Golf, they are a newer shoe brand to the industry, but one that is floated about a lot on social media and thus really intrigued me. And so that is what we have in front of you here today, the Payntr Golf X004 RS golf shoes. This is going to be their first spiked model. They've done a bunch of spikeless models, but the X004 RS is their first spiked golf shoe. So what exactly is Payntr Golf? Well, they actually started out as a cricket shoe company and then expanded into the golf industry with the main goal of creating not only a good looking product, but also one that meets the demands of high level players and brings a performance benefit from a biomechanics perspective to golfers of all skill levels. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Payntr Golf has been in the spikeless shoe arena for quite a while. They actually won my Golf Spy's spikeless shoe of the year back in 2022, but the X004 RS is their first entryway into the spiked golf shoe department. And spiked golf shoes are pretty much all I wear out on the golf course. So although I really was intrigued by the spikeless models, these are the ones that really made me want to go ahead and test out the Payntr golf shoe line. From a tech perspective, these X004 RS golf shoes have a carbon propulsion plate that helps golfers use the ground more efficiently, or at least that's what the website says. So maybe potentially could help you pick up a little bit more speed, which is exactly I think anyone would want to here in a golf shoe. These X004 RSs also have a blister-free PMX Fit molded heel section that actually comes with a blister-free warranty, which I think is really awesome to see. The upper of this golf shoe is a material called Clarino Trevella, which is a lighter weight, water-resistant yet breathable sort of leather material. And on top of that, the upper is actually then treated with Never Wet to make it so water just kind of beads off the top of it. Lastly, you are going to have these soft spikes, Tour Flex Pro spikes in these golf shoes, which are obviously replaceable, so you can get maximum traction and get a ton of life out of these golf shoes. And also, as we take a look at the bottom of this shoe here, you're going to notice this ventilation on the bottom. It allows perspiration to escape, but then it does not allow water to get back in, which is really nice on summer days when your feet tend to get sweaty. Retail on these golf shoes is going to be $200 US, and they are available through Payntr Golf's website, which I will go ahead and put in the description for you guys. And that pretty much covers all the tech and specs on these X004 RSs. So let's go ahead and get into my opinions on the shoes. When it comes to looks with the Payntr X004 RSs, they definitely lean more on the athletic side, which is normally not my preferred look. I tend to like that more classic style. But with that being said, I think these look absolutely superb. I've had them for about 3 months, and honestly, every day I continue to wear them, they continue to grow on me even more. So I've really become a big fan of the look of the X004 RSs. Now, what I really like about them is the fact that they are athletic looking enough to where you could just throw them on for a quick range session. But aside from that, if you want to dress them up with a pair of pants, maybe you're going to a nicer country club, I still think they look really good. They're sort of a decent blend of athletic and maybe not classic look, but not super out there and too athletic to where you cannot dress them up, which I think is great. One critique in the color scheme might be this navy heel section. I think if it was all white, it would look even better. But honestly, like I said, the more I wear these, the more they grow on me, so it's not really bothering me that much. I just would maybe like to see them come out with an all-white X004 RS in the future. Another thing I'll add that has really impressed me from a looks perspective about these X004 RSs is the fact that this upper has stayed pretty much as white as the day I got them. Normally with golf shoes, they tend to yellow over time, and honestly, yellow pretty badly at that. These have looked really great. I have beat these up for the last 3 months, and honestly, they are as white as the day I got them, which I think is awesome to see. The only real issue I have with these golf shoes from a looks perspective is going to be the sole. It has yellowed pretty badly over the last 3 months, but with that being said, you don't really see the sole that much, and it is the most abused part of the shoe, so it doesn't really bother me a ton, but it is something I wanted to point out for you guys. Getting into comfort now, and I think this is the area that is the true #1 for the X004 RSs. I personally walk a ton, and I have tried honestly pretty much every spiked golf shoe out there, trying to find a comfortable one that I can easily walk 18 or 27 holes in. And after all of the golf shoes I've tried, I can with 100% certainty say these are the most comfortable spiked golf shoes I've ever worn in my entire life. The midsole cushioning is a 10 out of 10, and that blister-free heel section is insanely comfortable and easily the most comfortable heel section I've ever had in a golf shoe. Now, I used to wear Echo golf shoes because I thought thought those were the most comfortable spiked golf shoe on the market, but putting these up against those, it's like night and day difference. First and foremost, these are way lighter than the Echoes that I have worn in the past, and additionally, the sole is so much more comfortable. When you put those Echoes back on, it's like you're walking on hard wood. It is just horrendous. These are so much better, and I really can't believe it because I thought the Echoes I had were the most comfortable golf shoes I've ever worn, but these blow them out of the water for sure. Additionally, I'm someone who tends to wear a 9.5 wide or a 10 in a regular width, and what I normally find is the 9.5s are a little bit too short and the 10s are a little bit too narrow, but with these, I feel like they pretty much molded to my foot from the day I first wore them, and honestly, they pretty much just feel like a cushioned tennis shoe from a feel/comfort perspective. Traction and stability is another crazy good area for these golf shoes, and I'll actually throw a video up right now of me walking on a cart path, and you can hear how crisp the spikes are. Not quite metal spike crisp, but still very, very impressive. Now, I must admit, I have slipped a few times while wearing these X004 RSs, but with that being said, I think that that's going to happen with any golf shoe, and aside from those couple of mishaps, I really would argue that these are some of the grippiest golf shoes I have ever worn, and I really, really do believe that. As far as stability in rough or bunkers, etc., I pretty much feel the exact same way as I did out of the fairway. The traction is incredible, and I really felt like my feet were just stuck into the ground. Just very, very impressive once again from a stability/traction perspective. Another thing I'll mention that is not really stability or traction, but really just the sole of the shoe itself, is that graphite propulsion plate. Now, I don't know if I'm crazy, maybe I am, but I really felt like I swung the club faster while wearing these golf shoes as opposed to any other golf shoes I have, or just shoes I have in general. Now, I don't want to make any claims because I have not done the testing or have any info to back up those claims, but I really did feel quicker in these golf shoes than I have in other shoes that I've worn, so I think that is a major plus, if anything. Getting into quality now, and still a great area for these shoes. I've been beating these up for the last 3 or 4 months, and usually for me, after about 3 or 4 months of continuous wear every single day, my golf shoes are pretty much done for. But as you can see with these, yes, they do not look as good as the day I got them, but they don't look that bad. And these have not been cleaned whatsoever, so what I would say is I think these could easily go another 6 months, which for me is about triple the normal lifespan of a golf shoe that I have in my collection that I would wear every single day at least. So I think that is really, really impressive to see. The upper still looks great, like I mentioned earlier. Yes, it has some creasing, but it is pretty much as white as the day I got it. The laces look good. The back section looks good. The midsole is getting a hair beat, and the sole, like I mentioned earlier, is yellowing pretty badly. But for me, really the only issue would be the sole. And again, like I said earlier, you don't really see it that much. So I think from a quality perspective, these have been pretty impressive and have lasted longer than other golf shoes I have worn. As far as pricing goes, these are $200 US, and in my opinion, that is pretty much right in line with anything out there of this quality and design. And overall, if anything, I think that price is probably on the conservative side, and if these were closer to $250 US, I still think they would be well worth the price. So that pretty much covers all my thoughts on these Payntr X 004 RS golf shoes, and in terms of a rating, I'm going to give them a 9.7 out of 10. For me, the one issue with these golf shoes is going to be the yellowing on the sole, which I have mentioned a few times, but aside from that, I really cannot say enough good things about these Payntr golf shoes. The comfort is incredible. The looks have really, really grown on me. The traction is great. They are super lightweight, and for me personally, they have just made walking a lot easier on the golf course, which I think is all you can really ask for. Now, I would hope at some point in the future, Payntr decides to offer a more traditional or classic looking golf shoe for players who prefer that look, because I think people who are normally big fans of FootJoy and those kind of classic style golf shoes would be huge fans of that and may really consider jumping over onto the Payntr golf train. Additionally, I would really like to see them add a BOA lacing system to their current models of golf shoes. I think that would really go with the current designs and looks of Payntr golf shoes, and something that I think a lot of people will be really excited to see. But aside from all that, I have really enjoyed wearing these Payntr X 004 RS golf shoes and will continue to wear them in the future. And just so you guys know, this video is in no way sponsored whatsoever. They just sent me these shoes to have. They did not ask for a post or a review or anything, but I have enjoyed wearing them so much, I wanted to make a review because I think anybody who's on the fence about getting these really should try them. They are incredibly comfortable, they look good, and honestly, I think they're going to be a big interrupter in the golf shoe space. Guys, that's a review. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like. Comment if you have any questions at all. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell, and also make sure you're following us on our other socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace.